So I've been seeing a lot of discourse on the internet for this new video game that came out known as MIXTAPE. I saw it on the Nintendo Switch eShop and I was like, okay, this game doesn't look like my kind of vibe. But then I left it as is. But when I went to the internet and what I saw was mind-blowing to say the least. Left me flabbergasted, I ain't gonna lie. And that's the fact that IGN gave this game a 10 out of 10. Bloody hell. Only a select few games which are considered generational should be getting a rating like that. Case in point, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time. You got Baldur's Gate up there. I think Elden Ring is up there too. Yeah, and it just seems like this whole mixtape thing came out of nowhere. I haven't played MIXTAPE myself, but I have seen people refer to it as just a glorified walking simulator. Which brings me to the Reddit forum that we're going to be going over today. Why is MIXTAPE so divisive? By the Plasma Snake. Uploaded 4 days ago. This should be interesting. There seems to be a lot of love for the game from reviewers and journalists, and that seems to be making a group of people irrationally angry. Like, what is people's problems with the game? I've seen comments like walking sim bad, it's cringe, and IGN gave it a 10, but Crimson Desert a 6. What? They gave Crimson Desert a 6. Wait a minute. I genuinely don't understand what one has to do with the other. I've also seen people pull out the "it's woke," which doesn't feel like it means anything anymore. It's just a buzzword for things that get conservatives hate. I haven't played the game yet, so I'm happy to hear actual criticisms about the game, but so far it seems like noise to me, and I don't get it. Wow, okay, this is a very interesting take, man. Oh, okay, let's see what else it says here, the comments. Because Crimson Desert is a generational game and MIXTAPE won't be mentioned again in probably a week. CD is Crimson Desert, what the heck. CD said great numbers and had genuinely next level post-launch updates. IGN just straight up lied or greatly exaggerated the negatives about the game. IGN is supposed to be the place for reviews, facts, and it's obvious that they are incredibly biased. Let's not forget how Western gaming journalists like to be overly critical of Eastern devs. I don't know a thing about this MIXTAPE game. Heard it's about teens and saw one weird kissing scene from inside mouths and it was an easy pass. Wait, from inside mouths. Okay. I just want to say this about Crimson Desert real quickly. I saw my homie Frank also streaming it on his channel as well. The fact is, he mentioned it as well, like, it is a huge game. It is vast. He put hours upon hours into the game and he said he's not even a quarter through the game, man, which is crazy. It just shows how much content there is, and that coupled in with the high graphical the high graphics of the game. The thing is that I don't have a problem with high graphics unless the content and the gameplay makes up for it, and Crimson Desert doesn't exactly that. I don't understand how Crimson Desert got a 6 out of 10. But this game, MIXTAPE, and I've seen the art style, it has like this, if y'all ever watched the movie Paranorman, it kinda has a similar feel and vibe to that. Couldn't make a movie, so they made an indie game instead. That's what it comes across as. And, I don't know, man, what is this, some weird kissing scene from inside mouths? That is weird, and it was an easy pass. But anyway, what does the next guy say? I'm playing it right now, and it's a good experience. I understand why people are upset because I wouldn't call it a game per se. Okay, much rather an interactive experience. So it's kind of like a movie or a story that you would interact with. Case in point, a walking simulator. I lived the 90s and that was not my experience. It's more like a full set of modern tropes, but together with that epoch. I don't know how you say that. I'm enjoying very much the music and the visuals, a little less the story. This is someone who lived in the 90s who's saying it wasn't his experience. Maybe it's like an amalgamation of the 90s and the modern day feel. In 2026, games like Crimson Desert and Mouse PI for Hire, both games though. Mouse PI for Hire looks pretty cool. I want to play that as well. I also saw that on the eShop. Get a 6. That got a 6 too. But this game gets a 10. I mean, I would be okay with it if the scoring metric, much like a college rubric, or transparent. Like, what are the scoring metrics? Is it just some dude in his basement who is coming up with these reviews or what? Is that the metrics? What is it? I do not understand this is a culture war thing. This is more of a hold on a gosh darn minute. A 10 out of 10 game score puts this game MIXTAPE in the same category as Baldur's Gate 3. Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, God of War Ragnarok and Red Dead Redemption 2, Super Mario Odyssey, Pokemon Red and Blue, The Last of Us, and Zelda Ocarina of Time. Most importantly, this universal rating by games journalists of giving Mixtape a 10 out of 10, a 10 out of freaking 10 puts it in the same category as Grand Theft Auto 5. A game that was released 2 game console generations ago, PS3 and Xbox 360, and has sold over 225 million copies since. Oh, this guy's passionate about it, man. Clearly. Since then, because it keeps getting released on the subsequent consoles as it was that darn good. If journalists give it a 10, no one would give a We are sick of seeing 2 + 2 = 5 and having to play along. Man, it's kind of like Dave Meltzer and the wrestling ratings, you know? It's basically the same. The amount of bias that goes into it, it's kind of like the people that are reviewing these things are clinging on to that hope and feel and that little sense of nostalgia that they have, you know what I mean? Wait, I want to see this. I want to see this real quickly. Let me check it out. Mixtape IGN review. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, man. Let's just go in here. Let's check this out. Let's check this video out. Why not?
True nostalgia isn't the replication of a specific place or time, but of a feeling. It's those flashes of emotion that transport us back into memories
The game looks good, I'm not gonna lie, man.
have long sat dormant. I was born too late to be a teenager in the 90s, and believe it or not, with this
What did I say earlier? Is he one of those incel dudes? Is he the guy in the basement who's giving these reviews out, man? What the heck? What did I say earlier, man? You know, sometimes you can just tell by the opinion someone has about how they are, you know what I mean? Like how they are behind closed doors.
This accent, I grew up thousands of miles away from the schools of Northern California. I've barely stepped on a skateboard outside of a few scraped knees in the summer of 2003, in a way only nostalgia can. As original as it is reverential,
Dude, hold up. You're saying that you're feeling nostalgia for this, for a time that you grew up miles and miles away on the opposite end of the world, but you never lived the experience. I mean, dude, like, where does it... So you gave this game a 10 out of 10 because of a feeling that it gave you, but you never actually lived through that feeling. Like, we just saw in a Reddit comment right there, someone said, I grew up in the 90s, but I never experienced this personally. Yes, it does have a similar look to the 90s, but I do believe that a lot of people have a revisionist history where this is concerned. They glamorize a time that they never actually lived through and think like that, oh, things were better back then, but now the way things are, now things are terrible. Come on, man. Y'all don't even know what y'all are talking about, and this game does not deserve the 10 out of 10 rating. In fact, the ratings between this and Crimson Desert should be swapped without a doubt.
It's a masterfully constructed dose of new memories hinged brilliantly on how they remind us of our own.
I don't know why it's giving me a regular show vibe, you know, like that 90s feel. Not that I grew up in the 90s, I'm just saying, it gives me a regular show feel.
I've tried to enjoy the Life is Strange series more than once, but I've just found its dialogue a little too corny for my liking to fully get into. Mixtape, on the other hand, feels more rooted in how actual people talk, and is all the better for it.
Really?
Sweet without being saccharine, thoughtful but never forced,
How actual people talk, is that true?
always funny.
There have been noise complaints.
I'm sorry. He says how actual people talk and then he has this robotic and... I almost say something else. He comes out of nowhere. There have been noise complaints. The heck? Jeez. Get this guy off the screen.
Okay. The story centres on Stacey Rockford and her group of friends as they look to make the most of their last day together. The story centres on Stacey Rockford and her group
Is that
of
the
friends.
gameplay? Flip trick, grab tricks. So you can't actually control her. As far as I know, you can't control her. You basically, like, It seems like one of those walking simulators where like there are certain sections, or more often than not, where you're on a set path and you just have to press a couple of buttons. That's the exact reason why I couldn't stand Dragon Ball Ultimate Tenkaichi. That game sucked, man, because for the most part, you just had to mash X, you had to mash Y, you had to mash A. All the while this cool stuff is happening and you have no control over it, man. I hated that. But I'm gonna leave it there, man. I don't want this video to go too long. I'm just gonna leave it at this. Video game ratings are not one to be taken seriously any longer. They have no credibility. The sourcing is terrible. The journalism is terrible. The people reviewing these things, they don't play enough video games, man. But the fact is, this game is not worthy of being 10 out of 10, man. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. It just makes me lose faith in the modern day video game scene once again, like my previous video that I mentioned. I'm not gonna play this game, man. I'd rather play Castlevania, the Dominus Collection, is it called? Yeah, I'd rather play those sets of games and play this trash, because, yeah, who would want a walking simulator when you have so many other games, a whole game library with actual video games that people are overlooking. But I'm gonna leave it at that, folks. Those are my thoughts on Mixtape. I just wanted to go through that Reddit page as well, and yeah, I wanted to see what this whole IGN rating was all about and why people are hating on it. But I didn't know that Crimson Desert got a 6. That is blasphemy, man. Real blasphemy. Wait a minute. Before I go, what was this whole thing that they were talking about? The tongue thing, the kissing scene. Mixtape kissing scene. What is this? Oh my gosh, are you kidding? What the hell?